this movie, whew, was intense. Renfield. Renfield is one of the new movies in April, and I gotta say, it's probably one of the best movies in April. April was the best month of this year so far. March did pretty good, but it didn't reach the hype for April. April was the month of the year so far, hands down, with John Wick 4 and Renfield. And right now I'm talking about Renfield, and this movie definitely lives up to the expectations when you watch the trailer. It actually lives up even higher than what you expect. So let's start talking about the greats. The great part about this movie is that it doesn't hold up with the action. The action is intense and electrifying. It's really intense when you first see it. You are shocked that this is the movie that you came to see because it's really gory and really intense. And that's what makes this movie great. And Nicolas Cage and Nicholas Hoult both are great at their parts in this movie. Nicolas Cage was a great Dracula with this movie. And Nicholas Hoult did his part just as well. Probably even better. He was the best part about the movie in my opinion. Because he doesn't hold back when it comes to these scenes. He is the best part about this movie, hands down. And that's what makes this movie great, is the chemistry between those two, Dracula and Renfield. That chemistry is perfect in this movie. Renfield is just a scared assistant for Dracula that's trying to do the best he can. He is scared of Dracula, but also trying to help him find people to eat, practically, to suck their blood. And that's what makes this movie great, is seeing him scared. He's playing a scared servant pretty well in this movie. And he's trying to hold his scaredness from Dracula. But in reality, he wants to do good. When he does something good, he doesn't realize that he did something good. And then people start cheering for him, and he feels really good about himself. And he's trying to live his own life. And then Dracula shows up being like, hey, you can't do this. And it makes it really great in the movie. A great story, great chemistry, and great action. It makes this movie great. And that's why I can't really think of any alright parts about this movie. And that's what makes this movie great in its own way, with the action, the chemistry, and the story. So yeah. And now let's get to the bad part. Now the bad part about this movie is that it feels too short. I know, that's the only bad part. Practically, it felt too short. I wanted more of this. I wanted more of this to occur. This was one of the best movies of this year. In my opinion, that this is one of the best movies. And the only bad part I could think about it is that I didn't get enough time in this world. I felt like it was too short. I think it could have been as long as John Wick 4, and I would still enjoy this movie even more. The gory parts, they were really good, but unrealistic, and that's what makes this movie alright. But I'm mostly saying great things about this movie because it's a fantastic time, definitely worth seeing in theaters. So, and the bad part is pretty much just not having enough time. And that's the only bad part I could think about this movie. Like, the acting's not over the top. They're great at this stuff. And that's what makes this movie great. So yeah, this movie, I will give it a 95%. I know it's a little lower than John Wick. It's because John Wick was a 3-hour movie that entertained me through the whole thing. And this movie just didn't feel like it was long enough. But this movie is definitely fantastico and must see in theaters. So yeah, have you guys seen Renfield? Let me know down in the comments below. Let me know how you liked Renfield. Let me know if there's anything that I could work on when it comes to reviews. And like always, this is Coronation Reviews, and I'll see you all next time.